You look fine in real life. You know that. You own mirrors. You've checked. But the second someone takes a photo of you, it's like your face forgot how to be a face. One eye bigger than the other. A jawline that quit. A smile that looks like you're being held at gunpoint. And the worst part? Everyone else in the photo looks completely normal. Just you, looking like you got photoshopped by someone who hates you. So you do the thing, you untag, you crop, you say delete that in a voice that's a little too serious for a dinner party. And later that night, you're lying in bed, zooming into a group photo at 1 a.m. Like a detective, examining evidence, pinching, zooming, tilting. Looking for proof that it's not that bad, not finding it. You've probably asked yourself this 100 times. Why do I look like that? Why does every photo of me look wrong? Am I the only person on earth who can't just smile and move on? You're not. This is incredibly common. Almost nobody talks about it because it sounds shallow. It's not. The problem isn't that you're bad at photos. The problem is, when your brain treats a camera like a courtroom and your face is always on trial, this video explains what's actually going on. And later, I'll give you a dead simple rule that changes how you react to photos of yourself. But first, why your brain picks a fight with every camera it sees. If you've ever untagged yourself at 1 a.m. while everyone else was asleep, hit like so, this reaches someone who's still doing it tonight. Let's get the obvious thing out of the way. People assume you hate photos because you're vain, because you care too much about how you look, because you're that person. Nope, you're perfectly fine in a conversation. You're fine telling a story. You're fine laughing at something dumb with your friends. In motion, you feel like yourself. Nothing's wrong. But a photo grabs one tiny sliver of a second and goes, this is you now. No voice, no personality, no context. Just a frozen face floating in a rectangle. Of course it feels wrong. You're a whole person being judged by a screenshot, and nobody around you gets it. Your friends show you the photo and go, ah, that's cute. Meanwhile, you're staring at it like it's evidence in a trial about your face. They think you're being dramatic. You think they're being blind. Neither of you is wrong. You're just looking at completely different things. They see a group photo, you see evidence. And the ritual afterward is always the same. You zoom in, you compare yourself to the person next to you. Their smile looks easy. Yours looks like you're doing math. You tilt your phone like a different angle might help. It doesn't. Then you either beg for a retake or quietly swear to never look at that image again. Everyone else forgot about the photo before the screen dimmed. The retake doesn't help either. You've taken 12, you hated all 12. Because the problem was never the specific photo. The problem is the gap between how you experience your face and how a camera captures it. And social media made this 10 times worse. Now, it's not just a photo on someone's phone. It's a photo on the internet, tagged, permanent, viewable by people you went to high school with. Your brain goes from, I don't love this picture, to 200 people are about to see this in about half a second. No wonder you panic. But wait, it gets better. You know your face from a mirror. You've stared at it for years, thousands of hours. Your brain memorized every detail. But mirrors flip your image. A photo shows the unflipped version, the one everyone else sees daily. To them, totally normal. To you, something's off by like 2%, and your brain treats it like a crime scene. So every time you see a photo of yourself, your brain sends a jolt that says, wrong. It can't explain what's wrong. It just doesn't like it. And you translate that discomfort into, I look terrible. You don't look terrible. You look unfamiliar to yourself. Completely different thing. This is also why you think you look better in mirrors than photos. You do, to you. Because your brain is comparing a photo to its favorite version of your face, which is a version nobody else has ever seen. Fun, right? It gets deeper. In psychology, there's a name for what happens the second a camera appears. Self-objectification. Sounds intense, but it's pretty simple. It means you flip from experiencing yourself to evaluating yourself. Think of it like a video game camera switch. Most of your life, you're in first person, just living, eating, walking, talking. You're not thinking about your face because why would you? But someone pulls out a phone and your brain goes third person. Now you're watching yourself from outside, scoring yourself. Grading yourself like the photo is a pop quiz you didn't study for. That switch happens faster than you can catch it. This is why you feel completely different in a photo versus real life. Nothing about you changed. Not your face, not your body, not your hair. Your brain just changed the angle it's watching from. And from the outside, you will never look like you feel on the inside. Nobody does. That's not a problem with your face. It's a problem with the format. And here's the thing nobody tells you. Your brain was literally built to read faces in motion. Micro expressions. Eye contact. The little twitch before someone laughs. That's how your brain processes what a face means. A photo strips all of that out. It hands your brain one frozen frame and says, "Judge this." Your brain doesn't know how to judge a still image of its own face. It doesn't have the software. So it goes into threat detection mode. It starts scanning for flaws instead of just seeing what's there. It's like pausing a video of anyone mid-sentence. They'll look weird too. Everyone does. Faces aren't designed to be frozen. They're designed to move. You're not looking at yourself. Your anxiety is looking at yourself. Big difference. Front-facing cameras make it even worse. Selfie lenses are wide angle. They bend your nose bigger, your jaw narrower, your proportions slightly off. It's actual distortion, not your imagination. But instead of blaming the lens, you blame your face. That's why photos other people take from a few feet away usually look way better. Less distortion, closer to what you actually look like. Now, here's the useful part. There's something I call the 4-8-hour rule. Next time a photo of you makes your stomach drop, don't delete it. Put your phone down, come back in 2 days. Why? Because your first reaction to your own face isn't honest. It's panicked. Your brain is running threat detection, not giving you an accurate review. But 48 hours later, the alarm quiets down. You start seeing the photo closer to how everyone else saw it the whole time. Not perfect, just real. Most people who try this are shocked. That photo they wanted to burn at midnight, it's actually fine. Sometimes even good. The version they hated was never in the image. It was in the 5-second panic right after seeing it. The photo didn't change. Their brain just stopped screaming long enough to actually look. The 4-8-hour rule doesn't fix everything, but it jams a pause button between your anxiety and the delete button. Try it once. Tuck a photo in a folder. If you still hate it after 48 hours, go ahead, delete it. But give your brain a chance to stop yelling first. You'll be surprised how often the photo was fine the whole time, and your nervous system just had opinions. Now, let's talk about the part that's harder to hear. Not every photo you hate is lying to you. Sometimes the discomfort isn't just your brain being dramatic. Sometimes it's the most honest signal you've got. If you avoid every photo, every mirror, every video call where your face shows up, pay attention. If seeing yourself frozen in any form makes your chest lock up, that's more than a quirk. That's your body flagging something it can't put into words yet. Ask yourself this. Do you skip photos because they're annoying or because they feel unsafe? Annoying means you roll your eyes and move on. Unsafe means your breathing shifts. Your body tenses. You feel exposed, like something private just went public without your permission. If it's the second one, this isn't about cameras. Here's the honest version nobody posts about. You don't just hate the photo. You hate that someone can look at your face when you're not there to control the story around it. In real life, you manage how you come across. Your voice, your energy, your timing. A photo takes all of that away and leaves just a face. If you grew up somewhere that how things looked mattered more than how things were, that loss of control hits different. That's worth sitting with. And probably worth talking to someone about, not just reading about. Now, not everyone who hates photos is carrying something heavy. A lot of people just find the whole thing annoying, totally normal. But there's a type of person who finds out photos bother you and leans in harder. They pull out the camera after you've asked them not to. They post without asking. They tag the worst shot, and when you react, they hit you with, "Relax, it's just a photo." They do this on purpose. They never take bad photos of someone who'd push back. They pick the one who'll stay quiet. They caption it, "Love these humans, while knowing you'll zoom into your own face for 20 minutes feeling sick. The currency isn't the image, it's your discomfort. They spend it like it's free because to them it is. And every time you swallow the reaction to keep things easy, they learn that your boundaries bend. Don't call that a joke. That's someone testing a bigger pattern on a smaller stage. Because here's what they figured out. You won't fight about a photo. It sounds too small. You'll feel silly making it a thing. So they get to cross your line for free, over and over. And you absorb it every time because it's just a picture. But it's never just a picture. It's practice. If they ignore you about a photo, watch where else they ignore you. So, where does that leave you? You don't hate photos because your face is wrong. Your brain is doing exactly what it was built to do. It's reacting to a type of exposure it never evolved for. A photo is a fraction of a second. It's not who you are. It's not even what you look like. It's just light hitting glass at one random moment while you happen to be mid-blink or mid-chew or mid-thought. You're not that fraction. You're the whole night. The laugh before the flash. The conversation after. The way you looked at someone across the table without realizing your face was doing something warm. No camera captures that, but the people around you already saw it. Maybe the goal isn't to love every photo of yourself. Maybe the goal is to stop letting one frozen moment overrule everything you already know about who you are when you're actually living. You're allowed to not love photos. You're allowed to have a better side. You're allowed to say not right now and mean it. None of that makes you difficult. I'm not avoiding the camera because you're shallow. You're avoiding it because your brain treats a still image like it's the final word. It's not. It was never even a full sentence. Your face does 1,000 things a day that no camera will ever catch. The way it softens when you listen. The way it lights up 2 seconds into a good story. The way it looks when you're laughing so hard you forget anyone's watching. That's your real face. A photo is just a guess. But once in a while, try staying in the frame. Not because it'll be a great photo, because the moment was real. You were there. And 20 years from now, that's the only part that matters. Nobody looking at that photo later will notice your jawline. They'll just be glad you were in it. If this shifted something for you, send it to the friend who always ducks out of group shots. And if you want more like this, there's one right here that goes just as deep.